Good morning and welcome. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a lovely day. It's beautiful here, absolutely beautiful. It's still cool. Later it's going to get a little toasty, but I'll manage. So, welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum. Good morning, Abigail. You're the first one popping on today. Glad to see you here. And birds are singing, the sun is shining. We're going to have a good day. And I have something fun to share with you. So if you have a piece of paper handy, once we get into this, I will share this cool thing that you can do to help Mother Earth. Good morning, Jo Neal. Welcome. Glad you are here. Good morning, Nancy. Hello. Everybody's starting to pop in. So welcome to all the practical rebels. And I have a very practical, rebellious request of you as we get going here. First, I want to do the card. Good morning, Gwen. Welcome. Then I'll make my little pitch here, but I want to give you one quick view. Okay, good enough. I'll tell you what that's about in a minute. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Glad you're here. Welcome. Got our West Coast contingent, all Michigan, all the people rolling in. So, card deck for today is the Ascended Masters deck. And, yeah, we've got a very interesting card. Lakshmi. I like Lakshmi. I've had pictures of Lakshmi in my house as a feng shui thing over time, and have always found her energy to be quite helpful. So we'll talk about her in a moment, but let's do some tapping. A little breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just settling into right here, right now. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Harmonizing with the flow of nature. Harmonizing with the energy of Mother Earth. So, Ascended Masters deck. Card is Lakshmi, Flow of Prosperity. Sometimes it's called Flow of Abundance. Let me get a little closer so you can see what's going on in there. We've got an elephant. We've got lotus flowers. We've got multiple arms. We've got coins being dropped. We've got a vessel that holds more coins. So it's about abundance, it's about prosperity. And the wording is pretty specifically toward money, but you can expand it to any kind of prosperity you're hoping to draw more into your life. And I want to circle the word hoping because it mirrors something in the card, the gist of which is if you're worrying about money, you draw to you more circumstances that create worry about money. If you're hoping to have money, that's indicating you don't have it right now, and you're drawing to you more circumstances in which you don't have money, and you're hoping for it to arrive. The best approach, whether it's dealing for any kind of prosperity, any kind of abundance, whether it's dealing with money or anything else, is acting as if you already have it. Acting as if it's already exactly as you would like it to be. And we've talked about the activities that you can do that kind of foster that approach. It might be writing, I'm so happy and grateful now that, fill in the blank. As many pages, as much juiciness as you can put in there in terms of prosperity as if it's already yours. Okay? Offering gratitude every day for the prosperity that you already have draws more prosperity to you. Again, the question I've heard posed is, if you don't appreciate what you already have, why would the universe give you more, right? Another fun one is if you have a friend, good morning Mel, who is like-minded with regard to this kind of stuff, ask that person to play a game with you. And the game is you're having a conversation with each other from this place of prosperity. I just got back from Nepal. It was absolutely amazing. Spell it all out. And the other person, yeah, I just paid for my kids' tuition. It felt so good to be able to contribute to their education, yada, yada, yada. And keep it going, back and forth. Congratulate each other. Congratulations on your new, I'm going to make it up, a house, your new house. Tell me about it. Yeah, I'm going to make 2,500 square feet. It's got 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It's, the patio is just amazing. It looks out over this beautiful, pristine lake, yada, 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 right? So you're talking as if. One of the things that last one will do is eventually you're going to hit the wall. When I did it with my friend Kayleen, we busted out laughing when it happened because we could get so far and then we couldn't imagine beyond that. But that let us know where our edge was, where our point of growth was, and then we could work with that, right? So the same kind of thing here, same kind of thing. Flow of prosperity. So here's the card. Take a breath. Lakshmi. This card indicates that your prayers about finances have been heard and answered. Tap into your manifestation power by focusing on abundance instead of worrying about money. Thus, those tools I just talked about. You have nothing to fear. A new flow of prosperity is supporting you and your loved ones. Again, remember the Jim Carrey story where he goes and parks in this very Tony neighborhood and walks around and says, I already have all of this. I just haven't quite accessed it yet. Additional meanings for this card. Stop worrying about money. Worry only attracts more money problems. Worry only attracts more money problems. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you're here. Everything's going to be okay, especially with regard to finances. And some of you who have seen your portfolio take a dive, etc., have seen the volatility in the market, all the scary things, right? Stop staring at that. Stop staring at that. Do what you can, and then let it go. Let it go. Allow it to be okay. Allow it to be fine. You have the support to make a desired life change right now. Visualize and affirm prosperity. So remember the story from Outrageous Openness where there were 2 women who had readings with Tosha. Good morning, Angie. Welcome, welcome. One who had what most of us would consider abundance. Multimillionaire, 5 different houses all over the world, yada, yada, yada. And her complaint was, nobody knows how hard it is to live on $2 million a year. On the other end of the continuum was a woman who had modest means, very little, but she was content. She felt blessed with what she had. She was open to receiving more, and more came her way because she had the mindset that was of abundance. So that's our card for today, but I want to read the part about Lakshmi herself. So here she is. You can look at her. Lakshmi is the Hindu goddess of prosperity who helps us overcome financial fears and tap into the river of abundance. It doesn't say stream. Rivers of abundance. Yes, put it in your God jar. Absolutely. Turn it over to Spirit. And then pay attention. Be aware. There's opportunities all around us. Are you open to seeing them where they are? And that doesn't necessarily mean buying crypto. Okay, moving on. It's helpful to put a statue or painting of Lakshmi in the financial corner. This is what I did. So I have had people who came to the motel and they were in my living space and they walked to the back of the house and they saw her in the corner with a bunch of plants. Abundance, right? And ask questions. Who is that? What is that? So I explain. According to feng shui principles, this is the left rear corner of your home or office as you stand looking inward from the front door. So in my case, that was the back corner of the den. There was a bay window that looked out over the backyard, and in that bay window I had the plants and a picture of Lakshmi. That obviously worked out real well for me, guys. That worked out real well. So do the same. Do the same. Call upon Lakshmi to help transmute money worries into financial flow. Same with any other kind of abundance. Let's say you want to draw to you friends. Instead of worrying about, why don't I have friends? Why don't I have anybody to share life with? Blah, blah. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have this small cadre of friends that we talk on a deep level. They get me. Get the drift? If it's about a job that provides you abundance, not just financially, but in terms of opportunities to travel maybe, or whatever. I'm so happy and grateful now I have my ideal job. I travel the world over. I've seen all of the places on my bucket list, and now I've added some places to my bucket list that I wasn't even aware I wanted to go. You get the drift, okay? So Lakshmi, bring her into your life. Bring her into your life. For me right now, actually, let me go grab one of these, because this is kind of a fun one. A friend of mine, Sherry Piatti, who had a printing business, made this for me. Great big check written out to me for $8 million. $8 million. Why? Because she was wanting to demonstrate to our business group some of the fun things that they could do with their printing shop. And I had made the claim at that point that $8 million would be really handy. I could do a whole lot of good with $8 million. Why did I pick 8? Because 8's my favorite number. It's infinity, goes round round. I just picked 8 million. So I've had this sitting here for quite some time. And if you notice, these little butterflies match my shirt today. How cool is that? How cool is that? There are no accidents, right? So what am I looking for money for right now? The building of pocket neighborhoods. Pocket neighborhoods. Little, funky little lots that are kind of forlorn because nothing else can be put on them because of zoning and whatever. Maybe it's 4, maybe it's 6, maybe it's 8 houses, small houses, starter homes, not tiny homes, starter homes. So not 250 square feet, but like 800-900 square feet, 1,200 square feet, in that ballpark, right? So that's what I'm drawing to me right now. One of the things that we've talked about in these times, and it is a way to feel abundant, is giving back. So it's not just about the receiving, it's also about the giving. Now, for women, oftentimes it's been lopsided in terms of the giving being much greater than the receiving. But here's one where I think we can both give and receive. Let me show you my little fish. Hi, Nancy. Glad you're here. Here's my little fish, and it says, "Save our Great Lakes, Appleton, Wisconsin." So I was on a call last night for Oil and Water Don't Mix, which if you aren't aware of them, they are one of the many groups. There's For Love of Water. There's Fish for the Future, which is what this little project is, and let me explain what this is about. So they're origami fish. We folded this one last night. There's actually a video on the website, and I'll tell you about the website in a moment. They are looking to break the world's record for origami fish as a way to raise awareness and money for projects that have to do with protecting the water. In this particular case, line 5. So, for those of you who are unaware, and I talk about it often here, I've got signs in my yard, the whole thing. We have the Great Lakes. 20% of the world's fresh drinking water. There's a company out of Canada, Enbridge, that back in the day, 70 plus years ago, convinced the United States the border states along Canada to allow Enbridge to put through a pipeline. It pumps oil, it pumps natural gas. It was meant to last 50 years. They've been operating in violation of, contracts weren't renewed in some of the, like the Bad River Indian Reservation. The Native Americans did not renew that easement for the pipeline. They keep pumping anyway. They're way overdue. It's been going through court. There's a bazillion court cases on this stuff. But the line 5 also goes under the Straits of Mackinac. Now, if you've ever crossed the Mackinac Bridge, you get a sense of how big this area is. And if there's a spill, when there's a spill, let's not do if, when there's a spill, millions of people are going to be without fresh water sources. It would be a national catastrophe. Actually, it would be a world catastrophe. So, in the interest of raising more awareness, because right now, given the current administration, there are some fast-tracking things trying to be shoved through to allow them to build a tunnel around the pipeline, which has been shown to be a pretty ridiculous idea, including many engineers who've said essentially what you're creating there is a bomb, because you're encasing something and gases escape and something ignites it. Like it's already happened that ships' anchors have nicked the pipeline. You get a spark in there, boom. So, right under the bridge, wouldn't that be lovely? So, the fish, back to the fish. Here's something we can do. Because oftentimes people are like, what do we do? What can we actually do? So, this is Fish for the Future. It's care of Sierra Club of Wisconsin. And they're hoping to fold 18,000 plus fish. I believe they're at 15,000 already. So if everybody would make 5 little fish, good morning, Barb, glad you're here. And there is a video demonstrating how to fold the fish, right? So you take a piece of scrap paper, don't waste good paper on this. You know, if you've got a mailing, those especially those mailings from the bank, this page intentionally left blank. What the hell is that? That's a waste of paper. Anywho, fold those, turn them into fish. 5 fish each. Yes, they need to remove that pipeline. They do. And they need to be monitored in the removal of it, because you know they're going to botch it, because that's just what they do. They're Enbridge. Fishforthefuture.org. So if you want to write this down for me, I would greatly appreciate your help with this. Fishforthefuture.org. And there's a little video showing you how to fold these. They're hoping to get one from every state in the United States. They're only short 4 states right now, I think. And so I think that might even be posted on the website. So if you know someone in that state, send them the link. Send them the link. And then there's a mailing address where you can send your fish. You mail your fish in. 5 little fish in an envelope. They fold flat. So you can just put them in an envelope. They'll be fine. And they go to Fish for the Future, care of Sierra Club, Wisconsin, 754 Williamson Street, Madison, Wisconsin, 53703. And I'll put that in our feed today. And I'll put the link, if I can engineer all this, I'll put the link in there. But I would love to have us, thank you, Abigail. I would love to have us do this as one of the things that Practical Rebels can do to help our Mother Earth and help ourselves. We need fresh drinking water. Hello. So that's it for today. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.